On the agenda is approval of the minutes of both the July 9th and July 16th meetings.
I'll move to approve both sets.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item 2 is open bids. Make recommendation for the Oak Island Skate Park. One bid was received from Bolt. We'll open the bid and then have the Parks Department review the bid. Possibly bring it back at a later date. Item number 3, open bids. Make recommendation for the 24 Riverfront Trail Project. How many bidders did we have, Lori? Five bidders. RC Pavers, in the amount of $133,979.51. Haas Sons Incorporated, $162,329.75. Merrill Gravel and Construction, $181,797.50. Slide that over for me a little bit.
That's as far as it goes.
Oh,
And I'm full screen here, but we have Earth for $241,347.50, and PGA for $268,125.61.
okay. So make a motion to approve RC Pavers in the amount of $133,979.51.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item 4, open bids. Make recommendation for the 24 Wausau Police Department fencing project. Got one bid, I guess. One bid for SD Ellenbecker in the amount of $208,623. I'll make a motion to approve that.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Oh, Bolt? Yeah. Sure. All those the same. Item 5, make recommendation for the 2024 sidewalk repair project B. Bids are open July 9th.
So this is a project that's being funded through CDBG, and we had a budget of $100,000. So this project originally came in over budget. Working with the low bidder and community development, we agreed to remove a couple of the intersections that we would improve. We would remove 4th Street at Plumer, 4th Street at Division Street, and then River Drive at Hammond Park. I include both the original bid tab and then the updated bid tab just to show that the low bid Petroikis would still be the low bid with the items removed. So in total, we're removing those 3 intersections and also agreeing to remove or reduce the temporary traffic control to 10,000 from 15,000. So with all those removals and the adjustment in traffic control, I would make a recommendation to award Petroikis Construction in the total amount of $93,546.
I'll second that.
Is this community development?
Yes.
Okay.
You said 93,000 or 98,546?
So I showed that 98,000 number just to, so it's,
Before it's reduced by that 5,000 from
Correct.
15 to 10. Got
Yep.
it.
Have a first and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Should we read any bid amounts, the minutes?
Oh, I can. So the bid from Bolt for item number 2.
This
for the skate park was $988,980. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You take Andy's trail money. Right? Take Andy's extra trail money.
On to item 6, 2024 McClellan Street ramp and Skyway demolition, the MRD group, change order 1 and 2.
I can speak to these. So change order number 1, when they took the panels off the building and inspected the installation and how that was tied to the building, it didn't meet current code. So we went back and forth with Walker Parking and consultants. How do we put these new panels on? And there was a new design that was proposed to meet state code, and it came in. So then they had to recurve the stones and make the stanchions and everything, and it's caused a major change order here, which is, you can see added up. We did work with them to try and reduce this. They did have more items for traffic control, so the city's gonna close the streets for them. We've reduced the temporary fencing and the barricades to get it down a little bit. They did give us a little bit of a labor credit too, but still not a great change order, but it was not included in the original design. The original design just contemplated putting the panels on the way they were, or the way that we thought they were, but when we took the building apart, they weren't connected the way that they were envisioned. So there is a significant amount of labor and time to do that. They have to remold back in because they've left. So this is what we've kind of worked with the MRD group on. They're not happy just because they don't like that. They feel like they're kind of getting dragged through the mud with this change order, but just because they don't like to see additional money either. But yeah, that's all I have. If you have any additional questions.
So that was change order 1, right, Al?
Correct.
That was $59,790.
That's for the stone panels. I don't know if you
Right.
want to treat them separate, or I can speak on change order number 2.
We can do them separate. I'll make a motion to approve change order 1.
I'll second. I mean, the bids came in, I mean, we do have funds in the budget for this.
Oh, okay.
This is all expected. We do have funds in the budget because bids came in significantly lower than we expected. So,
So a first and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
So change order number 2, the site plan around the mall, around the ramp that came down showed a 5-foot sidewalk, 4 inches thick, which was, when I reviewed those plans, I guess I didn't see that, and that's the way that it was bid. When Norcon came up to put the sidewalk in, I met with them out there, and we just decided that we didn't want a small grass boulevard out there. That's not the way the rest of the block is. There's just concrete. So it went from a 5-foot sidewalk at 4 inches thick, to all our downtown sidewalk is 6 inches thick. So it went from 4 inch to 6 inch, and it went from 5 feet wide to 11 feet wide. So there was a significant increase in the amount of, obviously the amount of concrete sidewalk, and there was some PGA, had to put a little bit more gravel in, so that's that $40 or $8,400 from PGA. So I'm comfortable with these numbers, the plan and the bid. Norcon and PGA laid out what their extra costs were. These were directed by staff to build it this way, so I'm comfortable with this number.
so no trees then? No trees around or anything?
I mean, we can put them up in the grassed area if need be, but there won't be any trees in that concrete boulevard around there.
Why, Do I like that? Is that, I mean, don't we have downtown design standards that require trees or something? No?
It was never contemplated to put trees. There was maybe one tree along McClellan that we took down,
Yeah.
and that was the only tree that was taken down as part of the project. And we can talk about you, but I mean, that's really not part of this change order. This is the work that they did, but
So is the sidewalk already in?
yes.
Oh, okay.
So this change order is in the amount of $51,321.85. I'd make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 7, Business Campus Trail, 72nd Avenue, Stewart Avenue to International Drive from Yankee General Contractors. Final payment.
This is just to release the final retainage. The project is complete, all punch list items are done, so I recommend releasing the $5,000, which would be the final payment.
I'll move to approve that.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
8. 2024 Sidewalk Repair Project A, Petrikis Construction, change order number 1.
So on the sidewalk A project, we have asked Patricus to do a couple additional curb ramps that were not included in the initial contract. They've agreed to hold the contract prices for that. They did want an additional traffic control item, which is understandable, considering they're going to have to shut down Grand Avenue to do these crosswalks. So there's going to be considerable effort to do that traffic control. And then a small amount of traffic control on Curling Way is the other crossing we're asking them to do. So upon review, we think it's reasonable for $2,500 for traffic control to close down Grand Avenue while they do the work.
I'll make a motion to approve the $2,500 for change order 1.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item number 9 is Northwestern and Greenwood Hills Lift Stations, Earth Incorporated, this is their pay estimate number 2. This is work at the lift stations, Clark Dietz is inspecting, they review these pay estimates and recommend payment. This payment is in the amount of $254,223.31. I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item 10, discussion and possible action regarding liquidated damages for the 2023 street construction project C from 17th Avenue.
So this discussion is tied back to the previous Board of Public Works on February 6th, so I included those minutes where it sort of explains the reasoning behind, and that item was to give a extension so that they could finish their concrete sidewalk this year. So just a short recap. They started or delivered the traffic control items on September 19th of '23, and they finished their paving on November 14th of '23. The contract stated that they would have 90 working days total, but this was ultimately 146 days, working days, so they were 56 days over. Earth requested that they get an additional 10 days for the work that they completed last year. 5 was because they delivered their traffic control early, and then another 5 would be because of the testing and for the water main. And that was agreed to at that time, so they were still 46 days over. And then we also provided another 15 days in the spring of 2024 to complete the additional concrete and sidewalk work. So that made the contract total 115 days, but those extra 15 days would only be applied to the work that was completed in '24. So Earth and myself agree that 46 days of liquidated damages should be applied. So that is our recommendation. And they did complete their work this year within those 15 days.
Yeah, I think, you know, when we have contractors, we've done this before here at the Board of Public Works, to hold them to the construction dates that they're required to, that they've signed the contract for. This is 46 days, it's $46,000 against the contractor. I think, you know, through the project management process that our staff does to document all of these days, day in and day out, and the work that they do, is the reason I think that we can support these liquidated damages. So I think that work is well done, so I appreciate that work that they do. And I would make a motion to approve these liquidated damages in the amount of $46,000.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye. Thank you, TJ, for that work.
Item number 11, this is the payment to Earth with regards to the liquidated damages. It is the 2023 Street Construction Project C, 17th Avenue Earth Incorporated, pay estimate number 4.
Yep. So this is for all items completed to date, less the liquidated damages of $46,000 and $10,000 for retainage. So I would recommend the payment of $105,266.77.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item 12 is the drinking water treatment facility, PFAS treatment, Ellis Stone Construction. This is their pay estimate number 10. This is in the amount of $2,724,649.58. Quantities and work have been approved through our consultant, Donahue, as well as staff. I would make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Item 13, discussion and possible action on addendum number 1 to the agreement with Cedar Corporation regarding wetland delineation in the Wausau Business Campus.
So we put this out for RFP. Cedar Core was chosen, and now we've identified an additional parcel that community development would like. It wasn't in the original RFP, so this would be an additional parcel for Cedar Core to delineate the wetlands on. So, Eric, do you have that amount?
Yeah, $16,450. Is that the addendum or is that the total?
The 16,000 is the total. It was 13,650 plus the $2,800 addendum.
Okay.
For the additional
So-
parcel, so the total is now 16,450.
Right, okay, so $2,800
Yes.
for that additional piece, all right. Sounds good, thanks, Ann. I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item 14, I'll make a motion to go into closed session pursuant to section 1985 1G of the Wisconsin statutes for the purpose of deliberating on claims.